The conquest of Jericho, Israel's first major target, was divinely orchestrated with an unconventional battle plan. God instructed Joshua and the Israelites to march around the fortified city once a day for 6 days, with the priests carrying the Ark of the Covenant and blowing trumpets. On the 7th day, they circled Jericho 7 times. At Joshua's command, the people shouted, and miraculously, the city's walls collapsed. Israel's army then charged into the city, achieving a complete victory. They destroyed everything within Jericho, as God commanded, sparing only Rahab and her family for her help in hiding the spies. This victory highlighted that obedience to God's instructions led to success, even when the strategy seemed unconventional. Following the triumph at Jericho, Joshua sent a small force to capture the nearby city of Ai, believing it to be an easier target. However, Israel suffered a surprising and humiliating defeat, losing 36 men. In distress, Joshua sought God, who revealed that Israel had sinned by disobeying his command to refrain from taking plunder from Jericho. Achan, an Israelite, had secretly kept valuable items from the city, violating God's instructions. A thorough investigation exposed Achan's actions, and he confessed his sin. As a result, he and his family were punished by stoning, and the items he had taken were destroyed. This episode underscored the importance of purity in the community and the collective consequences of individual disobedience. After purging the sin from Israel, God encouraged Joshua to attack Ai again. This time, God provided a strategic plan involving an ambush. Joshua led part of the army in a frontal assault, drawing Ai's forces out of the city. Meanwhile, a second Israelite force lay in wait, prepared to attack once Ai's defenses were abandoned. As Ai's army pursued Joshua's forces, the ambush party entered the city, set it on fire, and secured a decisive victory. Unlike at Jericho, God allowed Israel to take the livestock and spoils from Ai, demonstrating that obedience would lead to blessings. This victory reinforced Israel's strength and displayed God's wisdom in warfare. With these victories behind them, Joshua led Israel in a covenant renewal ceremony at Mount Ebal and Mount Gerizim. Following Moses' instructions, the people built an altar and inscribed the law on stones, offering burnt and peace offerings to the Lord. Joshua read aloud the blessings and curses of the law, reminding Israel of the covenant's terms and the consequences of both obedience and disobedience. This public declaration reaffirmed Israel's commitment to God and acknowledged his sovereignty over the land they were to inherit. Applications: trust God's instructions, even when they seem unconventional. Just as Israel's obedience in marching around Jericho led to a miraculous victory, we should follow God's guidance, even if it appears unconventional. God's ways often surpass human understanding and bring outcomes that glorify Him. Individual actions impact the community. Achan's disobedience affected all of Israel, highlighting the interconnectedness of the community. Our actions, positive or negative, can impact those around us. Striving for integrity and obedience not only honors God, but also supports our communities. Seek God before making decisions. After Ai's defeat, Joshua sought God's direction. We, too, should turn to God first, especially when facing challenges or confusion. Seeking God's wisdom can prevent missteps and guide us toward the right path. Understand that obedience leads to blessing. God's allowance for Israel to take spoils from Ai showed that following His commands results in blessings. Obeying God may require sacrifice, but He provides abundantly in His timing. Renew commitment to God regularly. The covenant renewal ceremony reminded Israel of their commitment to God's law. Likewise, we benefit from regularly renewing our dedication to God through prayer, worship, and reflecting on His promises. This practice keeps our faith strong and aligned with His will.